The galaxy had long forgotten what it meant to fear. For centuries, vast empires stretched across the spiral arms, ruling through fire and conquest. Among them, the Valdari Dominion, the Trin Council, and the Corthan Union were the oldest and most powerful. They fought wars not for survival but for pride, for resources, for the illusion of control. Their fleets darkened skies, their armies scorched worlds, and the lesser species bowed or vanished. Then came the humans. At first, no one noticed their existence. Earth was a quiet blue world, tucked in a forgotten corner of a minor spiral arm. It had no seat in the Galactic Council, no ambassadors, no colonies beyond its system. The Empire saw the small planet as irrelevant, a developing world still healing from its own wars. But they made one mistake, thinking that humanity's silence meant weakness. That illusion ended the day Earth's transmission reached the stars. A signal so precise it pierced through the Council's secured channels, containing coordinates, demands, and a warning. It wasn't a request for alliance or trade. It was a declaration that humanity was aware of the abductions, the stolen artifacts, and the manipulation of their world from afar. The Valdari had sent covert fleets to harvest resources. The Trin Council had experimented on humans. The Corthans had observed their wars and mocked them as primitive. The message ended with only 8 words. "Return what you took or we will come." The Council laughed. Billions across the galaxy saw it as a desperate threat from an ignorant world. The Valdari even sent a fleet to educate them. That fleet never returned. A year later, the sky above the Trin capital burned. It began with a single distortion detected beyond the outer moons. Scanners failed to classify it. It wasn't a wormhole, wasn't a fold drive, and wasn't any known propulsion signature. Then space itself shuddered. The distortion expanded into a circular ripple, light bending inward until, with a thunderous burst of energy, something emerged, a colossal warship unlike any seen before. The ship's hull was dark, absorbing the surrounding light. Its design was sharp, functional, built for war, not aesthetics. The front displayed a white insignia, a circle crossed by 3 lines, the ancient symbol of Earth's global defense force. No name, no serial, just a number burned into the side. WS-01. The Trin High Command sent hails, commands, threats. None were answered. The warship advanced in silence, its weapons cold, its shields rippling with faint blue arcs. Then it stopped. For 10 long seconds, nothing moved. And then it spoke. A voice echoed through every communication network, translated into every known language, calm, steady, and unmistakably human. "This is the Earth warship Genesis. You have violated human sovereignty. You will now face the consequence of that decision." Before the Trin Council could respond, the war began. The Genesis fired once. A single beam of pale energy lanced across the sky, cutting through the Trin fleet's flagship as if it were made of glass. The detonation illuminated the entire hemisphere, and within minutes orbital defenses were gone. Planetary shields failed in succession. The warship did not bombard cities. It targeted only military outposts, spaceports, and shipyards. It wasn't extermination. It was punishment. Every major empire watched the transmission in horror. The Corthans assembled their fleets. The Valdari sent scouts. Even the isolated Veshti collective sent drones to observe. What they saw broke centuries of arrogance. The Genesis wasn't a single ship, it was a symbol of something greater. Behind it followed smaller vessels, sleek and silent, each marked with the same insignia. They coordinated flawlessly, striking targets across entire systems with precision impossible for known fleets. No wasted shots. No collateral damage, no hesitation. When the Trin Council finally sent a message of surrender, the Genesis stopped its assault. A human officer appeared on their central broadcast. His uniform bore no medals, no rank markings, only the Earth insignia. His expression was calm but cold. "You will return every artifact taken from Earth's history. You will release every human taken for study. You will dismantle your weapons facing Sol. You will do this now or we will return." The Trin obeyed. Entire factories shut down, fleets stood down, and the Trin government surrendered unconditionally within a day. It was the fastest defeat in recorded history. The galaxy held its breath. For the first time, the mighty Valdari Dominion hesitated before moving. They had destroyed species by the dozens, yet this single ship terrified them. They attempted diplomacy. They sent envoys to Earth's solar system, offering peace and trade. None returned. Their ships vanished near the edge of human space, swallowed by silence. The Valdari gathered intelligence and finally located the source, Saturn's orbit. There, hidden in the shadow of the planet's rings, they detected massive energy readings. When they focused their scans, they found something impossible. Hundreds of warships were being constructed, each larger than the last. The humans weren't building an empire. They were preparing for something bigger. The Valdari misinterpreted this as a sign of aggression. Fearing the rise of a new galactic power, they struck first. 300 warships armed with the most destructive weapons in the known galaxy jumped into Earth's system. They never stood a chance. The humans had been waiting. The Genesis was already there, orbiting Mars, its hull now surrounded by automated defense satellites. The moment the Valdari ships arrived, they were detected. The human fleet activated what their scanners labeled quantum disruption fields. Every Valdari weapon failed instantly. Their energy reactors overloaded, their shields collapsed, and their systems went dark. Then the human ships advanced, firing kinetic rounds faster than light. In minutes, the entire fleet was reduced to drifting debris. The transmission that followed was brief. Earth does not seek conquest, but if you come, you will not leave. The Valdari Dominion fractured. Their outer colonies declared independence. Their admirals refused to fight. Even their emperor fled to a hidden moon. The Trin Council dismantled its military. The Corthan Union called for an emergency summit. The galaxy was now silent. Whispers spread through every channel. Who were the humans, truly? How had they advanced so fast? How did they master technology beyond the Council's understanding? Theories flooded the networks. Some said they reverse-engineered ancient relics. Others believed they made contact with higher-dimensional beings. But those who truly studied their history knew the truth. Humans had always been this way. They were not born of peace, but of survival. They had fought themselves for centuries, perfected war not as glory but as necessity. Their species had endured extinction-level events, global catastrophes, and still rebuilt stronger every time. While other empires sought dominance, humanity had learned the art of restraint, the ability to strike not out of desire but out of purpose. The Corthan Union decided to test them. They sent a diplomatic vessel to Earth's orbit, broadcasting a simple request to meet. The humans allowed them through. The Corthan envoy, a creature of crystalline form and logic-driven mind, was greeted by human officers in a massive orbital station. There, for the first time, they saw the scale of Earth's resurgence. The station wasn't military, it was industrial, constructing not weapons but ships for exploration, transport, and rescue. The humans were building infrastructure, not armies, yet each vessel could easily convert to war if needed. Efficiency, precision, adaptability, it defined them. During the meeting, the Corthan envoy asked the question that haunted the galaxy. Why reveal yourselves now? Why not join the council before all this? The human commander replied calmly. We did join once. Long ago, you just didn't notice. We listened. We watched. Then we saw what the council became. Corruption masked as order, control disguised as unity. So we stayed quiet and learned. But when you came for us, we realized silence only invites invasion. The Corthan envoy nodded slowly, understanding. When the humans escorted them back to their ship, they saw the Genesis up close for the first time. Its hull shimmered faintly, its engines silent yet humming with contained power. Along its surface were the engraved words of Earth's Unity Charter, short, simple, and clear. Peace through strength. Survival through unity. When the envoy returned to the Union, they reported one truth to their leaders. Do not make war with Earth. Not because they will destroy us, but because they will not stop once they begin. In the following years, humanity became the silent balance of the galaxy. Empires that once ruled through fear now tread carefully, their fleets keeping a safe distance from Sol. Trade routes were rerouted. Alliances shifted. The humans did not interfere, but their presence was enough to reshape everything. Yet, not all heeded the warnings. A coalition of smaller empires, desperate to reclaim their influence, gathered in secret. They believed humanity's power was exaggerated, that the Genesis was a single miracle, not a fleet. They pooled resources, creating a joint armada of over 500 ships. Their plan was simple: ambush the human fleet during construction, destroy their command ship, and cripple their power before it spread. Their fleet arrived at the edge of the solar system, cloaked and ready. But the moment they entered, their sensors failed. One by one, their systems went blind. Then through the black void of space, a single light appeared. The Genesis emerged from the darkness, surrounded by hundreds of new warships. They didn't even power their weapons.